good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm late. I know. And I was just getting ready. Let me finish up one thing here real quick. I want to put this in. Let me see here. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Shoot. What did I do? I closed it out. Oh no, there it is. Talking to myself. Hold on. One more second. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah, let's hit it. Oh, okay. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Let me see. If I catch you, a traveler, how you doing? I'm going from the opposite end to Bobby, John, Gray, uh, Tommy J. Douglas, how are you? E.T. Wow, Chris, Joe. I know I saw earlier, Joe. Thanks a lot. I didn't get a chance to tell my wife. I completely spaced it. I looked at it and went, "Wow, it's 7:30. Aren't I supposed to be doing something?" Anyway, I saw that Joe sent something for my wife's birthday's actually tomorrow. I put that little deal out a little bit early, but thanks, Joe, for the super chat for uh, for her. She'll get a kick out of that. And everybody else that's in here, how you doing? Gary's there. I think I caught everybody. If I didn't, I'll catch you. Um, hey, Chris, how you doing? And I didn't get a chance to send everybody the link either, so it's in the group deal in case you want to come on. Now let me go down to the bottom. Let's see. So many to say. Hey, Jake, how you doing? I didn't even get a chance to. I did get a chance to make the coffee. I hadn't gotten a chance to drink any of it. Uh, but anyway, my wife was all excited that everybody had commented on the video. So thanks everybody so much. She's a good one. There's no doubt. I got lucky. Let's see. What is there? I didn't even. I haven't even thought of anything to talk about, let alone have something for today. But thank God everybody's saying hello to everybody as I try to think of something. But yeah, and I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess we're just gonna go. She wants to go to a barbecue, of course. I don't know any Thai woman that doesn't. But we're gonna do that. I think tomorrow night. Hey, Jace, how you doing? 95 degrees. Wow. 509. That's cheap, isn't it? I bet you it's more than. Where are you at? Let's see. Here in the States. Where are you at in the States, Jays? Hey, Soy, how you doing? Uh, the I know that it's. I thought somebody said it was close to. It was $6 or above in California. 35 to one right now. My wife told me last night it was 34.9 or something. And I'm imagining you're talking about the bot. Sorry, I'm jumping in the middle of stuff, but I'm imagining that's what it is. What else would be 35? Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think good for us, I guess. I don't know about Midwest, yeah, true, California, yeah, and I want to say it was 7, but I didn't want to completely go out of the realm. But I know it was at least 6. And the highest that I saw when, because we were up by the lake, we were up by Bass Lake where the house was, and they always charge what $2-3 more a gallon for gas on the lakes, and they even cut it back one time because it was like I want to say it was 550, um, uh, on the road, and they only went to 650 a buck, which I thought was pretty good because they just wanted people to come. People weren't coming to Bass Lake, and I can't say that I would blame them. You're talking about Joe Blow that like my son. 4 kids, a wife. He's the only one working. Even if he did have a boat, let's say, and a truck to pull it, if they weren't, if they were high on his priority list, which it was when I was a kid, but it was a lot better time then. But to take a 4 hour, 5 hour ride from the San Fernando Valley to Bass Lake, like we used to do when we were young, or to Lake Havasu, or to anything like that, family wise, how the hell do they expect people to afford that? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't. I don't. I don't care who's president. Doesn't matter to me. But I think that they ought to think about the people. To me, when I was growing up, America, the United States, we were in the 70s and 80s when I grew up. But the thing was camping, man. I look back on all the stuff, even when let me slow it. Even when I was, young, 18, 19, 20, and we were going out by ourselves, I mean, it was mainly camping. We'd go to Havasu, we'd stay at Crazy Horse, and, we'd have a good time, and times were safe then, and then they went crazy when all the college kids started flocking there, and then it got nasty with rapes and everything else, and hopefully, I don't know, I haven't been there in a million years, but the main thing was that was all my memories. My family, my friends, everything was at the lakes camping, and now they're taking that away from people, and I think it's sad because what back then, even if you were poor, you had a station wagon more than likely. Like when I was a kid, my mom had a Buick something or other, and we'd pack in 8, 10, 12 people in there unsafely with no seat belts, and jam off to the beach, or even when we go camping for a weekend, to the local lakes or something. It was always something to do like that, and it all involved having enough money to pay for gasoline and everything. And when gasoline is up here, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. A rant. Thanks for somebody bringing up some money, give me something to talk about. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, that was my growing up. Those are my fondest memories of both family and friends. Was hitting the road camping, and then of course we got money, and we got a little bit older, and our idea of camping was staying in a 5-star hotel and going down or renting someplace or whatever. But when we were younger, the camping things and fishing with everybody and my uncles, and I mean it was just great times, and it seems like the United States has taken that away from everybody, and I think it's kind of sad. So let's see, I'm rambling. What are people saying? Did anybody ask anything, or am you just listening to me ramble as you talk to each other, which is fine with me. Don't say. Let's see. Love camping. Yeah, and how, especially if you've got a boat or something, and you got your family, and you've got 3 or 4 kids or whatever, and you want to teach them water skiing and all that kind of stuff, and it costs you, for a weekend, it's going to cost you $1,500 instead of like 500, 800 or something. You got gas to go on, 8, 10 hours worth of driving gas, and then whatever you've got on the lake. It's crazy. I think they need to do something about it, because I really think that's the American, you want to say whatever you want about the American dream and owning this and owning that, but growing up it was that camping, because it was anybody could do it. Anybody could throw $10 worth of gas in their car and go to the beach for the day, even, and if you've got to drive a little ways to the beach. I was lucky, I was only 45 minutes from the beach, but if you were a little bit further than that, then you'd have to kind of think, well, should we really go to the beach today? It's going to cost us, $80 in gas. It's insane. I don't know. But I'd kind of, interested what you guys think. It comes down to you can't, please. What did I miss? I missed a lot, I think. I still go to the 4x4. 4x4 instead of go camping. Just never get back to go. Yeah, that was all we did, man, when we were kids. It was, the greatest thing just for weekends. We could go close. There was a lot more places to camp for free when I was a kid, because it was just wide open spaces. Now they built like every square inch of where I grew up is They didn't spare anything. They're built on everything, so you can't do anything there. And camping in Thailand doesn't matter. Yeah, I still got to do that. I still want to do that moto camping, and do that. It's gonna get hot. I still need to buy some stuff for the Forza, being a tent, and not much money. 10,000 baht worth of stuff would probably get me on the road. I've got probably over half or three quarters of the stuff that I need. But I think it would be interesting. I think it would be fun because I could actually do, from wherever I'm at, I could do a live stream. I don't even have to, I could do little vlogs and stuff, but I could actually do live stream and talk about what's going on. But I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of places here. I'm really surprised how many places, John, that there are here in Thailand to camp. It's just now starting to be to come into. Is that your phone? No. No, I guess he's not here. I don't know how can somebody have their alarm go off 18 times to get up in 20 minutes. It's insane. Anyway, great camping spot. Yeah, I'm surprised because I've been here 4 years, but camping's not not the we haven't done any of it yet. And it's the tough thing for me is that if it's above 75 degrees at night, I just won't be able to sleep. So that's why I'm saying those probably November, December, January, February here in Surin, it's very comfortable, at least at night. During the day it is too. Low 80s, mid 80s, something like that. So it's a lot more, because I've got a fan that I'm going to buy that's already got, I have the same fan back in the States on my Triumph, on the 955, the Tiger. Anyway, it what was I saying? Sounded completely. I'm listening to that freaking bell go off. I'm sorry. I gotta go shut it off, guys. Hold on 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. Sorry about that. Let's see. So what was I saying? Yeah. So doing that, I thought it would be kind of cool, but I need to have a fan, and the fan has the it's actually USB, and it's got the lithium batteries in it, and it'll go like 6 hours on a charge. Plus, if you had a battery pack or something, you could you could charge it up, and it'll go all night, I guess is what I'm saying. So in that case, I'd be able to do it. But I think it would be fun. Hey, Waza, how you doing? Did I say hi to E.T.? How you doing, E.T.? He threw it. I did slide it out the door, and there was my wife standing there looking at me like, "Is he crazy?" Only reason because it's in Thai, and I don't know which one of the buttons shut it off or which one of them just makes it go to sleep. And she doesn't. When she wakes up in the morning, she's got it so it comes on every 5 minutes or whatever it is, and she'll just keep pushing snore or whatever, and the thing will go off 30 times. I don't know. I'm guessing not that many. 10 times. So you can. Oh, you can. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I was just there too at that weed thing, and I was really surprised. I didn't until I went there. We went to the stadium before, and then like I said, we were supposed to go for the racing, but because of all the stuff that was going on, the we didn't get to go. But I didn't realize that there was all that track behind it. I thought they went around the stadium, and they have a really nice track out there. I'm looking forward to going there. Is this what Douglas is saying? The research said the plants were genetically designed for the climate. 4 months growth cycle, 10% THC. I'm guessing you were answering a question, or were you just did somebody bring up something? Anyway, I'm gonna go back. Sorry, guys. That really threw me for a loop. Let's see what Waza said. With inflation the way in the West is going, camping will be called home. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't know. It seemed to me, I don't know if it was just my generation or our generation. Most of the people here are 50 to 60 or whatever. Um, we that's what we did. It was, and especially in middle class or even below a little bit. Uh, you could we could go to the beach for $20, and $20 was a lot of money. But we could go to the beach with the whole family, food, gas, everything. Maybe under that. My aunts and my mother and my uncles were pretty, frugal with everything, and they'd make everything and take it there. You wouldn't buy stuff, you wouldn't go out and go to the beach and then go find a McDonald's and spend, $10 on food for 15 people. They'd make up everything there. Sandwiches, good eats. I mean, definitely, um, you know, great food. Actually, better than the junk food. But I don't know. I see that going away. I don't know the way that I really don't know what the United States, and I'm sure it's all over the world, like Waza was saying. But I don't really know what will they do. Is it going to stay like that? It hasn't in the past. But I don't think. Do I think that green and doing everything is a good thing? Yeah. Do I think it should be achieved by um, making people change their way of life and enjoyment to a certain extent? No. Find another way. Don't jack up prices and not do this and not do that because you want everything to be green. I mean, people. I think the normal person does want that, but do you want that at the price of $7 a gallon? For God knows how long, because it's not going to happen overnight, as far as everything going electric and not doing this and no oil and all. I don't know. Just my rant this morning. I just started going on the marijuana thing. We'll go back to the marijuana. Let's see what Gary's saying here. I'm filming again at the local Tesla store today regarding the Model Y Australian release. Orders already blown out to May for 20. Wow. Now, when do you get? You said you ordered another one, Gary. When, or you ordered one, or whatever it was. When are you supposed to get that? I want to say you said December or something. It was this year, right? Um, if I missed anything, put it back up. I'm trying to catch up on my ramble there. We used to hang out. Yeah, any place, that, and when we were kids, I mean, the cars that we were building, um, 5, 6 miles to the gallon, and that's if you didn't put your foot into it, but that's what you built it for, was to put your foot into it. Um, big block Fords and big block Chevys and dual double pumpers, and I want to say six. We didn't really, at 35, 40 cents, 50 cents a gallon. It was it a lot? Yeah, but we didn't really pay attention. I mean, we'd go out and make a couple of hot rod passes around town, and then pretty much just sit at a park somewhere and drink and have a good time with everybody. Which is, I'm not condoning to drink and go out and drive, but the that was the way it was. But I want to say we never really did. I want to say 5, 6 miles to the gallon, maybe 7. I don't know. And like when I had my fifth wheel, me and my brother-in-law, we both bought 1995 or six Prowler 30-foot with the one slide. The big slide was when the slides first came out. I think it was a 95 or somewhere right around there. So both the exact same weights. I went out and bought the brand new Dodge with the diesel in it, dually. It was right when they first came out because I had to settle for a single cab because I didn't want to wait 2 months to order the the four door or the 1.5, whatever they were, extended cabs. And I got it. I was getting 14 miles to the gallon, and he was getting 6 in his Ford with the 460, I think, in it. So, where are you going to go? You know, you're getting 6, 7 miles to the gallon, and, you spent pretty much half your life savings on a nice trailer for your family, but can you afford to use it? Can you afford to get, where you need to go without going broke? I don't know. Just saying. um, we must be of the same age. I'm glad you guys are talking amongst each other. Dave, Texas is so hot that 40% of the power is from solar and wind now. It's so hot. Oh, you mean from sunshine? I'm guessing. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, Douglas. But I don't see anything wrong. Like I said, I understand that, but at what price? At what price Where do you draw the line? I guess is it like screw everybody? Tough shit. Pay the amount that, or go completely green, and 25 years from now, life's going to be so much better. Well, 25 years from now, I'm going to be dead. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you guys can yell at me. It's fine. Hey, that's how you doing? Glad to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Great support from all the people over off of Bobby's Time to Get Going channel, which he does live streams on Friday night, 7 o'clock Thai time. I think it's like 5 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast and in the United States, and 8 o'clock on the East Coast. By all means, catch it up. All these people that you see, Filipinas, and people are great, funny, nice people. So by all means, support them and join their channels, and you'll see what I mean. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Boiling hot, yeah. It's just like I said. I don't know, where do you draw the line? I feel bad for people like my son, that wants to go somewhere, or even. I think his biggest thing now is they love Disneyland. All the kids, of course, love Disneyland. His wife does. He does. And he tries to plan like 1 or 2 trips. Now it'll probably only be 1, maybe, to go down to, he lives in Central California, up by Stockton. And, to go down and spend 3 days at Disneyland. He'll go, once a year, that's it. What else can you do? Nothing. We can't afford to put gas to go down to the lake, let alone across country or something. And that's what we did. We went all over. We went all from West Coast to East Coast. So I don't know. Is Robert here? I didn't see Robert. Did Robert come in? Robert Machination. I was just wondering what I saw, that he had met up with Tom and Mitch and a couple other people, and they were at the Wombat and ate, I think, yesterday. And I didn't ask, is this thing working? Is Chris still here, or did you bail yet? I also remember yeah, the I was lucky back then, Douglas. I was working for the air conditioning company then. My best friend and me started, right? And if you had a service body, or if you were working, you got to, I don't know if you remember that, you can circumvent the line and get your gas. So I was lucky in that way. During that time, I didn't have to. Of course, my girlfriends or wives or whatever through that period did have to do that, but it was insane, and they were long lines. Working fine, thanks, Chris. Let's see what is ET. Green Deal, environmental. It's not going to change. It's the world. Population, our way of life. Removing half of the population, it'll change. We are all to blame. Yeah, do I think it's a thing to strive for, to make the air cleaner, the environment better? Sure. Just let's not do it at the expense of completely killing what young people, God, I think that's the first time in my life I've said young people. The younger generation, let's not rob that from them. Like I said, I look back on it, was the best memories that I have. Of my uncles, of my whole family, and all my friends. I mean, oh man, that we had one friend that got a jet boat when we were young, young and talking 19, 20 years old, and to Havasu, and it was extremely fun. Probably too much fun. I shouldn't be alive from all the stuff that we did. Uh, and thanks, Gary. Appreciate it too. Um, so I don't know. I guess that's my rant on the gas situation. It isn't too bad here. I want to say diesel went up from pretty much 30 baht a liter to 35, if that's right. And then I think my wife said regular gasoline was it was it 45? 45 baht a liter, something like that. Anyway, it used to cost me 80 baht to fill up the little scoopy, and now it costs like 150 or something. I don't know. So it went up considerably, 120, something like that. But even around here, I mean, for Thai people, that's a lot of money. I mean, for anybody that's on a fixed income, any raise in what's going on here as far as inflation or whatever you want to call it, it's gonna you're gonna feel it. Because I know some people have asked on other vlogs that I've seen, or live streams, what do you think? What's the inflation like there? What's it like? I think it's relevant. It's pretty much the same all over. You just have to realize in the United States, 10 cents, 20 cents isn't a gigantic deal to a middle class family. Granted, it's something, but could be devastating to a Thai family. Hello, Simply. How you doing? Thanks for coming. From Bobby's too. A lot of people, and they're supportive too. And I try to make as much of any of the live streams of all the people that are on Bobby's. I definitely try to get over there. And like I said, Bobby has a lot of fun on his Friday night live streams. If I could start going to bed a little bit later and sleeping in a little bit later, I could stay up and enjoy it with him. But I end up passing out. I'm spending around 500 a week just in fuel. Wow. Yeah, I mean, considering that some people live here in Thailand on our, can you survive on it? Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. But the way that the times are now for a room, a fan room, eating mama noodles, not going anywhere, not doing anything, somebody could actually survive on, or at least they double that. I wouldn't want to see anybody even try something for under 1,500, but a grand you could probably do it if you were real disciplined. I'm not that disciplined, but it's crazy. I mean, that's what 2,000 a month in gas. It's crazy, crazy. And I thought it was weird because when I left, pretty much almost 4 years ago now, places were just starting to get. My brother said, "Oh, I did this to my house, and I rented. He did a great job on his garage. Lived in a very nice neighborhood, big lot of land, giant house. Far away detached garage, an attached garage to his house, and he completely redone this garage, one bedroom studio, completely furnished, a desk, a couch, a bed, an awesome bathroom, nice kitchen, refrigerator, everything." Almost 3 grand, and it was in a very well-to-do neighborhood, 2,800 or something. And he said, "I've kind of got it set low." I'm going, set low. Then I started looking at stuff because, I've owned that. I own the other house that I just sold for 20 years. Was the last time that I looked at, what the pricing was and that type of thing. And you used to be able to go out and, even down in Fresno, some people that I know were, "Oh yeah, we're going to look at a studio apartment or whatever," and they, $700, $800, and now you can't touch one for like 2 grand. And I'm going, oh man, I just feel, even for my son, he has young children, his wife can't work, so, or it would be a losing battle. You guys know what I mean. But he goes and busts his rear, and just to make ends meet, and has to work like 6 days a week just to make ends meet, and that's just it's crazy. What's the chances of any young younger people, let's say they got one or two kids, to save enough money for a down payment and to buy a house? Probably a thing of the not going to happen in the future unless family, mother, father, dad, whatever, helps out, which is possible in a lot of the cases, but in some cases, some mothers and fathers, they don't have anything to give. But I don't know. It's the state of the economy. Like I said, I don't know. It's crazy. Like with what you said on 500 a week. It's 2,000 a month. You're up. You got to at least have whatever your house payment is, whatever thing it is. You got to make take home $5,000 a month just to get by the skin of your teeth. Where back in the past, making 5,000 a month was decent money. I don't know. It's crazy. Like lumber and other building materials these days, return money. Greenhouse I built on the back of the house, 20 by 10 was 6K. Yeah, I will say the thing. Besides the China steel thing here in Thailand, it's still pretty reasonable to build because of labor. You got somebody that the normal grunt worker, digging holes, even some concrete work knows a little bit. 400 baht a day, 500 and things, so $15 a day, and they don't even. I don't know. It's not like it is in the United States. It's not like, okay, I started at 6 and at 2:01 I'm out of here. If they're not finished with what they're doing, they'll finish it up. They don't come up and go, I worked 35 minutes over or an extra hour today. Can I have an extra dollar? Don't. So that's why normally I'll try to pay them a little bit more, but it's very reasonable to build stuff. You got to figure. Now my wife owned this land. By the time we get, right now, without the pool and the pond and everything that's going to go on in the backyard, okay, with the Thai kitchen, probably 2.8, okay. So what is that? That's under 100 grand, right? So even if you bought the land another 30, for 120,000, you could have a 2,200 square foot, 4 bedroom, 2 bath, American styled house on a small lot. But it's insane. It's insane the what you could get done here for a U.S. dollar, and it's getting better now. And somebody's saying that the it's 35 to 1. Okay, what's Bobby trying to do here? On my YouTube channel, go to the About page, my Facebook there. You can use Messenger. Okay, he's talking to somebody. Okay, Bob, just simply. Let's see here in San. We just got quote. There in Thailand, there were 800 to 1,000 a day for labor. Seems really high. I don't know, unless you're in the middle of Bangkok or Phuket or something like that. And the normal feel good wages that they feel good with, not me, is 400 or 500. I give the more to the family member that when he's here that runs the guys, but they get 400 baht, and then I usually give them. It ends up being more because I'll buy them lunch twice a week. I'll bring them in, something to drink, energy drinks, and stuff like that. So it works into a little bit more. But they're happy to get it. They were happy to be working, Aaron. The people, at least here in Surin, they're just happy to be working. I mean, when I first started with them, when I told them, I said, I don't really have a bunch of stuff going on. I probably can't. I can't keep 3 of you busy enough right now. And they came back and said, well, if you give us this one lump sum for all 3 of us, and basically it was like for 2 of them, and they were going to split it amongst 3. They were happy with that. They just wanted to work. And I said, no, I can't. I can't do that. Let me see what I could do. And I ended up finding enough work for them to do. But Korat, yeah, I don't know. It seems high to me. I mean, it's all relative, right? What is 1,000 bahts, $30 a day? So what is that? I don't even know. $6 an hour? I don't know. $5? I'm not good at math, but anyway, it's not much money. Let's see. Oh, 3503. Wow. Yeah, she told me last night. My wife keeps a pretty good eye on it because she'll want me to. She'll want me to move money when. I said I would move some money when it hit 35. So, I guess I'm moving some money. Hey, John, how you doing? I'm glad you could come by. Appreciate it. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, people ask all the time. Should we come to Thailand? Is it the right time to come to Thailand? Can we make it on? I've had people say, "Can we make it on 4,000 a month?" Yeah, I think maybe you might be able to swing it. Depending on what you want. Like if you're married to a Thai lady or you're married to a Thai man, whichever, same type thing. Um, you know, it. I can't see any other place to be. There's no way in the world I would go back to the U.S. Not, never in a million, unless they kick me out and by gunpoint ask me to leave their country. I'm not leaving, and and we're there's no way, especially now with gas prices and stuff like that. I can't see anybody not moving here that can. Like I said, a lot of people, Bobby being one, and Jake, and everybody has their. We've talked about this before. You got your mother and father who are now 80s that are starting to get at their end of days. Close to end of days. I figure I'm at end of days now, but I'm figuring maybe I get 20 years. I'd like to live to be 85 as long as I'm not a vegetable and a burden on people. My wife would like me to live to be 200, but that ain't gonna happen. But even if you're an American couple, and you want to go somewhere, you got to at least come here and try. And I say it all the time, and people, why do you tell people what you get a percentage of everybody that comes into this country? No, I'm a selfish bastard. I should be saying no, horrible, horrible here. You need to go someplace else. Go to the Philippines, But because I like the empty beaches, the way that it is now, I prefer. But you know, for the money that even if you have a meager Social Security, husband and wife, and maybe you're at 2,500, 1,200, $1,200 each or something for Social Security. You both worked your whole life. You can come here if you're not. Obviously, you're older and married. You're not going to chase around bar girls and drink probably all night. But if you're just a relaxed life, want to come here, you can do it all day long for that. You know, especially now, even in nicer places because the rents are so low. Would I build stuff and stuff like that? No. Like I said, I if I was single or if I came here with with an American wife, I would have never thought of even building anything. Meeting Nitnoy, her having the land, her wanting to get the loan. I mean, she did everything. My wife's a smart woman. She made it all happen, and it worked out good for us. Would if I came here with my wife, would I think about buying something that we could own, like a condo, and actually have some value and give to our kids or whatever? That I might do. I mean, you could buy a nice condo for $1.5 million, a real nice condo, so or at least 2 million. So what's that? $60,000. So depending on how much money you're bringing over to retire would be what I would gauge what I wanted to do on. As far as if I had an extra 60, maybe I want to buy one. Not have to worry about 10,000 baht a month, or whatever. Don't have to worry about anything. Or worry about $515 a month for their whatever their fees are, and be done with it. It would depend on financially how you're set financially. But I would. It's a no-brainer, man. Like I said, unless you got that, or if you've got your grandkids grew up two houses down from you, they're 8 years old, and they've spent every day of those 8 years with you because your daughter or your sons, they both work and you're taking care of the kids. That's like, how are you going to separate from that? Probably not going to happen. And that's a decision that you would make. Me, like I said, you have to take care of your family, right? You have to take care of your mother, your father, make sure everything's good, and then then head off, man. Come to Thailand. Like I said, man, it's just the bang for the buck. It's a no brainer for me anyway. Hey Mitch, how you doing? How come my oh great, my mouse just stopped working. What the hell? Oh, oh well, let's see. We go up here. Mitch is just saying hi. Hi to everybody. Everybody saying hi to Mitch. There's Jake putting up Bobby's channel. Why is it? Why did I do that? Son of a bitch. Let me try it again. Ah, there it is. It's working again. All I had to do was shut it off and on. Hey Raymond, I don't know if I said hello to you. How you doing? Saying hi to Mitch. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's a little bit tougher. My mustache needs a little pruning. But I do. Staying in the United States, paying $7 a gallon for gas, and I don't know. I had enough of the United States. Like I said, I still bleed red, white, and blue. Don't get me wrong, but I live in Thailand now. Thanks. Finished my coffee. Um, I'm just busy today. Mitch is just talking to people. Okay, I think if I missed a question or something, um, let me know. I see Joe put that. That's me, Dave. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, man, I think it's a no-brainer. And like I said, it was tough. In Bobby's particular, that he lost his dad finally. So it's sad because that's what's going to happen. I mean, I'm going to die. You're going to die. We're all going to die. Uh, I'm hoping, and like I said, I think in Bobby's, most parents' cases, I would hope that, I'm not a burden on my children. I don't want to, I want them to have a good end of life chunk, not 6 years, 30 years, retire as soon as you can at 50 and, and live past 80, and I would hope that I would, not be a burden on them. In some cases, you don't have a choice. I mean, you could tell. I'm sure if I was sick, and even with my wife, I'm saying, okay, well, just let me go. Just give me a handful of pills and go out of the room, say goodbye. I love you, baby, and go. She wouldn't let me do that, and she'd want me to be here forever, but I wouldn't want to be, because that's it's a strain on everybody's life. First of all, watching somebody pass away isn't exactly the best thing in the world to watch. I don't wish it on anybody, especially someone that's dying of cancer, which was my case. It's just not a great thing to watch someone you love, go. And even, your mom and your dad, even if they live in another part of the country and you only see them 3 weeks out of every year, it's still your mom and dad. You're still not going to take off and bail on them because you want to go live somewhere. Unless you're me. Maybe I would do it. I'm a selfish bastard. But no, I wouldn't do it. I was lucky when I went. Yeah, exactly. Taxes and death. That's it. Is Craig here? I just see him. Hey, Craig, how you doing? I caught half of your video and I haven't seen the new one yet. Something about a pond, I think. But Craig's got a great channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, by all means, please do. Uh, yeah, I agree. Like I said, I feel lucky as hell And the only thing I would say to people, like I said before, if you can retire 1 week earlier than you have planned, I would retire 1 week earlier. But here, like I said, I haven't been a bunch of places, but from what I've seen, people that do videos on YouTube, and you can't believe everything you see on YouTube. But most of them, if you watch 4 or 5 vloggers in the Philippines, and they come up with their little, like everybody does on Thailand, at least once a year, how much it costs to live here, and break it down, and I pay this, and this for insurance, and this for electricity, and they're and all 10 of them are within 5% of each other. You can pretty much tell that's probably what it costs to live there. And I haven't seen any place. Vietnam maybe, but like I said, I'm not into communism. I don't dig. I couldn't live there. Definitely want to go see it, again, and see what it's all about. It's supposed to be beautiful, so we'll see. Uh, 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 uh. What is sea moss? It's supposed to be pretty good for you. What did I miss? Hey, Dip Media, how you doing? I just noticed you were there. And Jack, how are you, Jack? I bought a DEC air ticket to Chiang Mai. What's DEC? I'm lost. Sorry, guys. Um, the only reason I didn't retire earlier was so my wife could work in the U.S. to experience how difficult. Yeah, I you're lucky. You get to retire with your wife. I'm lucky here at 65. To have met Nitnoy and got to live life with her. I mean, it's unbelievable. Luckier than hell. December. Okay. Thanks, Jack. That cleared that up. Uh, I saw too that, not to get back on the weed thing, but there was, I think it was a Tiger that put something out yesterday that in Chiang Mai they were giving away, no, you could buy 5 plants, 30 baht each, and you could, but a limit of 5. And they were doing it at the university. Now, what they were probably those 0.02%, whatever it was, plants. But I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do. But I keep getting away from this mic. I gotta try to speak into the mic instead of away from it. Joe's saying what? Looks like we'll hit. Are you talking about the bot? Really, that much money? No way. You're talking about something else. Maybe. Let me know. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Glad you could make it. I haven't seen Andy in a while. He's got to be getting ready to come back here, aren't you, Andy? Where are you going? Cambodia? Or no? And I think you said you were bringing your wife with you this time or something. Excuse me. If I remember right. Uh, let's see. Trying to keep up, sorry. All right, Douglas said we bought 10 plants from university. They're 10%. Okay, so that's why you were talking about earlier the ones that were more entailed to not mold and that type thing, bred for a 4-month cycle here. I'm gathering. I've never ever grown outdoor, veggied and everything, just planting, out there and letting it go, letting it veg and whatever it is, waiting for, it to get to a certain point. Because, like I said, once it got to a certain point in veg, you switch the lights to 12-12, and the plant automatically starts flowering. So, let's see, Aaron saying. Yeah, I opened up a company for my wife, and she loves it. When I met her back in the day, she was making equivalent of 800 a month. Now she's doing 3,000 with her little seamstress job. That's very good. Cool. That's what my mother-in-law does. That's why I pay her now. She's not supposed to be doing seamstress. She has arthritis in her hands and stuff from years and years and years of doing that. But she enjoys it. You have the bot, really? How long? Will it do that tomorrow? Or do I have to wait a long time? God, that would be phenomenal if it went to there. Not good, I don't think, for Thailand, but it would be good for us here. Dave, if they're cool, I have seeds I can bring you if it's allowed. Sure, if it's decriminalized, by all means, yeah, bring some. I'd appreciate that. Um, Although Vietnam is one party communist, they had to adopt some kind of principle and survive, and pretty cool and relaxed place to live and visit. Yeah, I want to check it out myself. I got a bad taste in my mouth from my age about Vietnam. Um, it's hard for me to get past that, but yeah, that's what I've heard. Right now, it's built up and gorgeous and big hotels and nice houses and everything. I definitely want to go see it. No doubt. Let's see our economic advisors here. The U.S. is about to do a massive move up. So hey, the more for me, every little bit helps. I think there will be a pullback before July, a small one. Yeah. Oh, Vietnam in September. Oh, yeah, Vietnam in September. Okay, cool. Let's see, Brock's here. Let's let him in. Take him out of jail back here. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Morning, Dave. Morning, everybody.
Let's see what John's saying. Yep, Craig, like Laos, there's more freedom there than in some democratic. Another place that I want to go, John. I haven't got to visit any of the bordering countries. Nothing yet, so I want to do that. I've got my passport is sitting over there. I still got to get to the bank, get the bank drafts. Although somebody told me that I could just do it online and pay for it, and then just print out the thing. So I might check into that afterwards. I got to get it done because I want to travel. So, what's your take on the Aussie? Waza wants to know, Tom. Um, let's see. What did I miss here? Okay. Hi, Joe. Hi, Brock. Good morning, Brock. Let's see what Tom said. I like Aussie, but not as strong as the U.S. Okay. So I'm glad I'm
Yeah,
on the stronger side.
23 baht 30 satang for a dollar at the moment.
Let me do this before Black Sheep. I didn't see his Black Sheep here. I know he sent me some stuff on my email, but I didn't see him in here. Yeah, I should have already done it. So I'm hoping I either find what they were talking about as far as the uh, going online and doing it, or just going to the bank and getting it. It's like 4,400 baht, something like that. I have to look at it again, and then I ordered the card. God knows why, just because it's there, and the other one, and it cost. I got to pay 200 baht for extra mailing or something. Oh, that's good. See what Greg says. That Tiger comment section blew up about the ganja. It seems that the point .0 pertains only to extracts. Yes, and that's what my wife told me. That's why people can sell high THC. But what my wife said, and that maybe what the people were telling her, in that one part of the video where we're walking around a corner there, you'll hear her talking. And she said you could grow anything you want at home, but if you're going to make it into cream or you're going to make it into coffee or whatever you're going to do, it has to beat that 0.02%, is what I was told also. But I think the only thing that I see, you can grow whatever you want to at home. They're not going to beat down your door. I wouldn't take the chance. That's just me. But they're you grow whatever you want. The problem is if you're going to take this bud and take it out of your home and try to sell it on the street as smoke, or somebody that wants to make it into edibles or whatever they want to do, that's where the problem's going to be. I was a millionaire in Bali once, and now in Thailand as well.
Yeah,
Thailand has 77 provinces. They want to make Pattaya a province in and of itself because people say Pattaya is not Thailand. In order to do this, they will eliminate saran. Well, that way you won't get sick. Because Mitch had mentioned that he had gotten sick the other day, maybe eating something, and I said, "Are you sure that it wasn't that you were contemplating a trip to Surin and it made you sick?" So he never did answer that one.
Yeah, I think Mitch is just allergic to the thought of visiting you, Dave.
I think so too. I think so. We'll see. He'll make it here one day. He's laughing. He'll make it here one day. Yeah, for personal use and medicine. Now, does anybody know? Maybe you know, Aaron. I think this is true. I think that you can get a permit to grow whatever you want, and then you bring it to the hospital. They check it out and make sure it's okay, and you can. And I'm not talking about me, but like Thai people can make money on that, and then they use that for their medical stuff that they give or sell to the people. If somebody knows, let me know. Of course, always check with the government, but I haven't asked my wife that yet. Ringing your doorbell. Yeah, he's right out here.
Yeah, Dave
uh,
didn't hear you, Mitch. His batteries are flat in the doorbell.
yeah,
Or
I
he
do
put
have a
them on.
doorbell. I bought one of those doorbells and I put it out by the front man gate there, and then it came with three uh, transmitters or receivers, and I put them in the main living area and over by the stairs, and I tried to put one in my room, and it's too far away from the front gate. So sometimes I hear it, sometimes I don't. Uh, that was Mitch Soey 7 Friday night. Going to need plenty of what? Potato crisps in
Yeah,
October?
I guess he's feeling munchy.
Munchies? I use it for my yeah, everybody did, didn't they? And like I said, they still don't know, man. I'll be long dead before they ever even get to get maybe 1/10 of what that plant can do. Kicking the tires on the force.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
why are you
full.
kicking the tires, Mitch? The poor Forza didn't do anything to you.
I'm sure the government has a program for that. I believe that's part of the thousands of plants that they're giving away. Yeah, I believe that for a while it's been that way. I never really checked into it. My wife didn't want to get, she at that point didn't want to get involved in it. All this stuff that she's bringing up, she's the one that's been pushing this. Like I said before, I would love to because I really like it growing. It's very relaxing to me, therapeutic. It'd be a great hobby, and to be able to teach them. So, ever since all this stuff has really started to come, where hey, this is gonna probably be totally decriminalized. She's been. You want to go and Buriram? They're having this. You want to go? You want to check this out? You want to check that out? So we've been doing it. She's been initiating a lot of it. Let's see. John says, "Haven't you heard, Gator, that smoking stunts your growth?" Yeah, exactly. And and like I said, man, I'm an advocate of marijuana uh, ingested. I would never tell anybody smoking it is any good for you. Although even all the younger kids and stuff, they like their bongs, but they don't even mess. They can give them 28% THC, OG, and they want to make wax out of it. So in other words, the kids that are really really smoking top shelf weed, they want to make it better, and they're doing stuff that's illegal. They're taking the bud and then they're using butane and stuff like that to strip it, to get it down, to make this wax, this smoking that's like off the charts, stuff. I seen one kid take this OG, and this is the stuff that I grew, and he had just bought this 3.5 foot bong, and he was standing in front of me, and this was just the bud, and and he put that into that pipe, and I said, "You might want to sit down," and he said, "Oh no, no, he's and friend of my son's," and take a big giant hit off that bong and fell completely back and cracked his head, and that bong that he spent $350 on was in 2,000 pieces all over the floor. So, but even my son now, he doesn't smoke anymore, but he was, oh, well, that, it's not as good a high as the wax. And this concentrate was just unbelievable. Okay. And, it's weird, So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the government gives out. Does anybody get weed from the government in Thailand for medical? I might know one person. I never really asked them before, but they're not in the chat. They don't come around. They're just friends. But I'm just curious if it's what is it? Is it this 10% stuff that Douglas was talking about, or how do they do it? I know that some of them have actual liquid, right? But it has not just cannabinoids. It's THC also, I think. I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know.
There's one
Uncle
person
said
who knows, but we don't talk to him.
They give me only. Can you get THC oil, or can you get something? I'm imagining, Craig, you have a medical whatever they give you here, or no? Maybe you don't. I don't know. But can you get THC product from them for medical? And if so, is it any good? Just curious. What do they have? I think they're going to have to come back to Pate just for lunch meeting, Tom. So you guys are just talking amongst each other. Yeah, I know they have the CBDs, and I know that you were saying. I think you did a video on the place down the street where they're selling the leaf and the roots and the stems and all that kind of stuff. And I think you said they were selling bud too. Is that the same place? I think you said that. Let me hit off this thirsty. Thank you, guys.
Looks like Craig's had another misadventure. He's gone and dropped his camera in the pond.
He did. It's better than falling in the pond. Now the camera's his camera's his phone?
No, it was a little Sony ZV-1, or ZV-1 if you're an American.
They're expensive, aren't they?
They're expensive and they're not waterproof.
Wow, bummer. Is that the one that he's got out now? Because there's something about the pond I seen it, but I haven't finished watching the one before that. Plus, I got to see he's got a 59-minute one on his, what is it called? The Hoodie Adventures. I haven't got a chance
the last of these Hoodie Adventures, yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet either.
Yeah.
So
at least Craig's pond is fresh water, so it's not. He won't have got salt through the camera. Drop it in a bag of rice, and it should
rice.
come
Yeah,
in.
definitely. Dr. Dave's doobie. Okay, yes. The doctor puts the request on your file, and you go to the cannabis window at the hospital, and the guy asks what you're using it for, and then gives you the appropriate amount of CBD oil. It's 0.02%. So is there anything higher than 0.02%? Like if you're going there for pain relief or, whatever, or is that the maximum? 0.02 is
I'd say
is the
that's the maximum.
I guess is what I was asking. I probably
That's
didn't
what
phrase my question very well.
That's what they're mandating is the 0.02%. So
THC is a cannabinoid delta 9.
but I have no idea what any of that stuff means anyway.
Well, I got into it a little bit. But our biggest thing was when I was growing it. It was I wanted to grow the highest THC count. I didn't care about much else. But I know that when they were making oils and stuff, they were using CO2 to separate it and stuff and do stuff like that. And you could actually separate THC from cannabinoids. That was my understanding. But I never really I never dove into it that deeply. My belief is that most of the healing part of the plant, not maybe not necessarily the pain relief part of the plant, is in the cannabinoids. But I could be wrong. You go to the dispensaries, they will give you 15% THC next week. Douglas
Yes.
seems like he's got everything. He knows. Let's see. Nothing higher because the law. Oh, okay. Is about extracts. Okay. So I'm imagining then, Douglas, the stuff that they would be giving you would be weed. Would it be bud? Is that what they're selling at the 15%?
I think he's tongue in cheek, Dave.
What's that? Oh, is he really? Who?
Douglas, I think that was a tongue
You
in cheek comment.
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think so. So let's see.
But it, but
Flower,
it,
yes,
but
you
it,
know it's not tongue in cheek. He said flower, Dave. So you
oh,
can
well, there you
actually
go.
get bud. Yeah, so that's interesting. Now, is there a limit on the 15%, or that's they have 15% because that's all that people are producing? I want to say the plant that I saw the highest THC that one I could have bought a plant was 15%. What they said the plant was capable. Now, in my what I know is if I push a plant chemically, okay, you can get higher amounts of THC regardless of what the plant normally produces. That's just me, what I've experienced in the past.
Yeah, what do you know?
I know exactly. Yeah, vape pens. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the guys made that too. They actually one of the guys wanted to. This was 6 years ago. He ordered a bunch of the little throwaway ones from China, and then loaded them full of the oil that he made, and they were pretty good too. From what they told me, I'd never used it, but they said they were good. But they were throwaways. There are many different cannabinoids in the plant. Yeah, a bunch, right? So I'm guessing you were saying that nine, that's the actual one that gets you high, the Delta 9. Is that? I don't know numbers or anything. I know when I put a glass on something and I see the trichomes and what I got there, I know when the plant's ready, when it's not. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know that they'll they'll harvest stuff and it says, oh, it's an 8 week plant or it's a whatever the case may be, and they're ready to go till you put a till you put an eye on the actual trichomes and how much is clear and how much is amber. As it turns from clear to amber, the THC levels, as far as getting high, start to drop. And like when I was making weed for people and selling it or to the dispensaries as a sleep aid, you let that go past that date and almost all amber, okay, and then go ahead and cut the plant. And that has a tendency to give you that couch potato molding, you know, sleeping. And that's what it was good for. But a lot of people going, oh, it's a strain, it's this and that. No. If you bring it past that point, it goes in. All the weed
Mm.
will get that. Some better than others. And the indica is always good for that.
Okay, see you before unlimited.
Why
Eh?
would I be
Okay.
tongue in cheek? Douglas is asking. Why would I
Yeah.
be tongue in cheek? Um,
I,
Dave, I
I
have
thought he was
seeds that can
with the
produce
way
naturally in the
just the
20s.
way
That's
that the
good, Aaron.
people in charge change their ideas.
But yeah, definitely, if it's legal, by all means, I'd. I would imagine it's a 60/40 indica um, plant. Aaron seems to know it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got that too. Yeah, I studied it for years. I do see it as a beneficial plant. Me too. I never could understand it. It was like the ultimate no-brainer. Uh, they should have all in one day in the United States. Every state said, as long as it's for medical, it's no problem. Should have been done. But because of the the pharmaceutical industry, which I believe that's where the pressure was coming from for them not to. Let's see what you're going to say. Yes, we're back on weed now. Yes, any dispensary can sell bud high content because it's not an extract. I doubt a small type bud shop is able to know the percentage of the user market. Now, what do they do now? Does anybody know? In the end, before 7 years ago, 6 years ago, when I stopped, I would send it off to me on my own, not have it checked out, make sure there was no insecticides, make sure what the THC content was, blah blah blah. Are they able to do that in the hospital when you bring it to them, or do they don't care? I don't know. Is it full of mites, or it could be anything. I don't know. Their quality control, I guess, is how do they do that? Especially the dispensaries. Do the dispensaries get it from only God knows, or does the government supply the dispensaries? If anybody knows. Cannabis infused wine. I do mainly in the. Cool. Yeah, me too. I never did anything. I had one sativa strain that I grew for a friend of mine that liked that particular strain. I had no use for it. It took too long to flower, and I had to top the living crud out of it just to try to keep it manageable in the room. So I think they don't care. Like I said, man, I think it's going to be a hell of a business if someone gets into it. A Thai person, obviously. I've invested in a number of companies for MJ as well as mushrooms for PTSD and issues of mental health and I think that the marijuana does a lot for that too, keeping people calm. And that's a nasty. People can say what they want to about PTSD, but anything that could help somebody with that, they ought to give it to by the truckloads, and thank them for everything that they do and have done. So, just my personal opinion. Let's see. Dispensaries shouldn't be confused with hospitals for this purpose. So I guess what I'm saying, if anybody knows what, how do the dispensaries here or wherever they are, I don't even know. I don't even know if we have one in Surin. Where do they get it from? They grow it themselves and then start a dispensary, and the government doesn't come in and want to test it. And I guess according to the law, I mean, if they brought it in and tested it, and even if it's not an edible or not a whatever, if it's over that percentage, wouldn't you still be in trouble? I don't know. I want to see some fresh banana kush. And you'd be really surprised. I did. One of my friends actually, excuse me, my knee, had gotten a banana kush strain, and you'd be surprised the way it smelled. It was, it's really weird. Some of this stuff is like there was a mango OG that smelled like mango. It was interesting. The university has been growing cannabis for years. They have a research and development department that monitors everything. So, okay, so if I'm opening up a dispensary, do I go to them to get my weed to sell, or do I go to the government? Probably both. It is the government. Is it a government university? Because I don't know, Douglas. Snoop Dogg had a strain he called Moon Rocks. OMG, dangerous. Yeah, and they put trademarks and copyrights on some of these rappers and stuff on their name for their weed. And I guess the same it was because I watched that Belushi thing, and if anybody's interested in that kind of stuff, it was kind of interesting. He had a show, and he started a big place up in, I think it's Oregon, and he got Dan Aykroyd to sign off as using the product, the Blues Brothers weed or whatever. And it's an interesting show. It's worth watching, put it that way. I want to see Mr. Mitch. No, bro, that's the thing. 0.02 is for extract products only. Yeah, but if anything, so the law reads, I don't understand, because if you get popped with something, and let's say you do have a bud that's .02, you're okay. But if they test it and it tests out at 20% THC, you mean you're still okay? Well, they probably wouldn't test it anyway. I don't know. I'm confused. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Uh, I don't know. I guess I'm wondering if anybody knows if there are dispensaries, which I've never been into. I have a friend that I will try to get a hold of that was in Patea, got his medical whatever card or whatever there, and then was able to go into a place and buy. But I thought that he said he bought oil for his vape, which you're not even supposed to vape in Thailand, right? That's still illegal. But anyway, I'm just kind of curious on how they get it. And the reason that I'm saying that is because if all these laws are going this way, I would like to encourage the family to maybe buy a place close to the airport that they could turn into a very luxurious or very decent dispensary. It is a public. See, okay, this is where most of the agriculture is taught. Cool. Okay, so like I don't know how they even. I'm meticulous about some stuff. I'm over here on sometimes I'm in my house I might throw my pants on the floor instead of in the hamper, but in the room everything is I'm meticulous, and I just I don't know how they're gonna. I'm curious on how they're going to make sure the weed's not loaded full of insecticides, all this kind of stuff by the time it gets to these shops. And I don't know, and I probably will after this. I'll go look. You can go to the Thai FDA website and read through the law's wording. A lot of good info. I will do that, Craig. Thank you. Um, check out the Highland Cafe Facebook page. Buds galore. Okay, I will do that too. Yeah, for that reason, man, because like I said, if it turns into an Amsterdam, which some people are going to say, oh my God, it's horrible, I think it would be great for the Thai people and for the Thai economy. But if you're, like I know people back in the day, they would fly into Amsterdam. Did they head to the red light district right out of the gate? No. They went to the coffee shops to get high, buy their weed, get ready, and then they went and did what they wanted to do. I think that it would probably be the same here in Thailand. If someone's coming here, 35, 40, 50-year-old, whatever the case may be, that smokes or that ingests weed, going to do the same thing. So if you got a nice place that they can come in, sit down, air condition, smoke if they want to, eat if they want to, whatever they want to do, and then let them go over to the walking streets and stuff and hit. Me personally, I would put one at every big airport. I'd put one over in Pattaya and their airport or whatever it is, and by Jantiem, Rayong Airport or whatever, I forget the name of it. I'd put one by there. I'd put one by Bangkok. I'd probably put one over in Phuket, definitely. But I think there's a lot of money that could be made. But we'll see what happens.
I dread to think what's going to happen with the road toll. They can't stop drunk drivers and crazy drivers now, let alone if they get fueled up on.
The only thing that
THC.
most of the guys I see smoking weed, they're going to be with some of the very slow people out there. They're going to be doing 5 kilometers in an 80-kilometer zone, which, as far as I'm concerned, I try to tell my mother-in-law that's more dangerous than driving 120 in a 90, but she doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
Come, Dave.
Slow driver will come up behind you, or the fast driver will come up and won't realise it's so slow.
I haven't seen that word in a long time, Craig. Grown in, hey, what's up, Black Sheep? Grown in Ubon and relatively near airport. Yeah, exactly. But it would be a phenomenal thing to do. I don't know how far I would get involved. I would help them start something, but I'm retired. And again, if it was all legal and above board and nothing can happen to me. I wouldn't take the chance of being, you know, tossed out of Thailand. They are having a meeting next week to discuss settling an allowance THC limit, reducing it. Are letting a higher THC out, I'm gathering. Did I read that right or did I read it wrong? I can control every aspect of the grow and know what I've got. Same thing I do with my own. But yeah, exactly. All my friends that I said, during the day, I said, make sure you get my weed. I know exactly what's in it, and it's not going to screw with you. It's not loaded. Never seen any insecticides or anything. At least in flour. Do I neem oil and stuff like that? My stuff in veg, yes. Does anything touch anything in flour? Never. It gets thrown away. If I get something that I can't control, I'll just kill it all. I won't do that. Gotta run. All right, take it easy. Robert was here for 3 minutes. That's a record, Robert. I'm gonna put that down. We'll make note of that. Today on this day, Robert stayed in the chat for 3.5 minutes. Okay, I've got it documented, Robert. Just kidding.
He's got a lunch date at Peaky Blinders to attend.
What time is it anyway? I didn't even look. 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Start a popular dispensary, get a client base, and sell it off. Yeah, that's true. Or a franchise of some kind, of Dr. Dave's Weed Farm, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, am I against making money? Never. Do I want to expel a bunch of time into it? Hobby time, I would. Time to where it would affect me, where I don't want to be here, this sucks, No, I don't want to do that. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? I read that the PTT going to do edibles. I'll take 10 days to get the chain. Yeah, no kidding. I can't go any further. I built my own soils and everything for my gardens. I don't buy any store-bought stuff. I haven't grown anything in soil for 40 years. When I was a kid, at my mom's house, when I was experimenting with stuff. A funny story. I had a dirt bike. I was only, I want to say 15, maybe 14. No, I didn't have my license. I was like 12 or 13 years old, and I had a redwood pot, and I had a plant maybe about yay big on the side of my mom's house. And I took the dirt bike out, and I used to race it around the neighborhood all the time. And I come hauling ass. There's a cop at the end of the street. I whip the thing around, come hauling ass, and I'm going to pull it up and open up the side gate and drive it on the side of the house. And I start thinking in my mind that frickin' weed plant is right there. So I stop the bike and put it up there. The cop sees me, of course, comes up, tells my mom, my mom's trying to talk him out of taking me to jail, and my mom's sitting there, well, put the bike on the side of the house, put it away. I go, I will in a minute. So anyway, I didn't go to jail, and I didn't get popped for the one weed plant. Oh, Mitch is here. I didn't see him there. There you are. What's up, brother?
Hey guys, how you doing? On the road here, so I don't want to.
You're on
I
the
don't
road?
have my green screen. I'm insecure without my green screen. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah.
Doing good. Is it a secret? What's that?
Oh, I sent some pictures of some fresh banana kush harvested in the United States from a friend of mine.
Cool.
I can
The stuff
share
that
them
I
if
said
you
are
want.
just, the smell was unbelievable. The stuff that my friend had years ago.
Let me pull them up here. Where are they at?
I was just saying,
Oh, there they are.
7-Eleven will announce that weed will be sold right next
There you
to
go.
the energy drinks.
Let me know when you can see that, Dave.
You can see it. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
I've got.
at least
that.
he's curing it. He's curing it in glass, which was
Look at that, huh?
always
Isn't that beautiful?
yeah.
Take a screenshot of that and zoom in. Oh my God, look at that! I tell
That's
you
nice.
what,
Looks like a bit of
Look at that.
kangaroo.
been working with the bud. Look at if you look close under the fingernails there, you can see the Finger looking good, baby.
You know, when they would all trim, they called it
Yeah.
finger hash
Nice.
on the rubber gloves. They
Finger
all used
hash.
gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'd roll that stuff up, sitting next to each one that was doing the trimming. They had
Beautiful
balls
photos.
upon balls of this stuff, and
Yeah.
they got high. You know, they used to be able to pay your trimmers a very decent wage. They got treated like royalty when they would come over all their meals. You want pizza now? I had a 55-inch big screen in the trimming area. All this stuff. They got whatever they wanted, and they
Actually,
made
it's
good
fun.
money. And they
After
only
some
did
of
it
that, look, you
every
look just
month.
like Brock. Look at that. He's got his arms up in the air just like that.
Mitch, Joe says he sent you a picture. I don't know if he can get it. I think he's just on his phone, Joe.
Yeah, I
He's
have to
out
close
on the.
my screen
Is it a
when I.
secret where you're going, or you can?
No,
say
not a
where-
secret. We're headed down to Prachuap Khiri. Going to swing through Hua Hin. Hopefully, we can see Bruce on the way, or on the way
Ah.
back, because it's kind of nebulous on the ends and beginnings. Gotta
There's some
love
other
it.
guy down in Prachuap as well. Forget his name now. Yeah,
There's
he's
I
a
imagine a little bit, Joe's.
he's a non-important guy anyway.
Greg says, I was on a Honda 50 once. Cop caught me, put the bike in the trunk, and dropped me off.
I know
at home.
about
Those were the good
35
old days.
people,
Those
literally,
are exactly the good old days.
in Hua
Go
Hin.
ahead, sorry, man. What's that?
I said no. I said I know. At least 35 people in Hua Hin. So
I believe there's a mad Australian there as well.
55 inch.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a big pizza. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is a good subject. I mean, it's especially, I don't know, most of the people that are in our age group were, almost borderline on the hippie era. At least I was in Southern California. So I was early 70s, late 60s, just starting to. But the early 70s was a good time to be at that age. But we had a lot of fun, and there was a lot of weed. And then, of course, all the other stuff came in. It was there, but in the 80s, it really busted out. And I'm talking about the powders, the cocaine, and that kind of stuff. And any kind of powder, I'm totally against. Nothing has ever come good to any friend of mine that had anything to do with powder during the 80s and the 90s. Lost their homes, lost their wives, lost their kids, died from paranoia, jumping out windows and running until their heart stopped, thinking they were getting chased by cops. I mean, just nightmare stories from that freaking powder. I did wear a headband for a while, purple leather. What was that? To what question was that?
Hippies.
I thought you were going to say 55. Pizza. It was big pizzas. And I did that too. My Honda 90.
That-
I
That
think
was the
I told
easiest
you.
way I could share that picture.
That's a good one.
Gotta
the
love Mary Jane with Dr. Dave Doobie.
who'd that come from?
That
Jake?
came from
That
Joe.
was-
Oh, from Joe. Snow. Yeah, exactly right, Aaron. Did I indulge? Hell yeah, I did. Did I walk away from it cold turkey?
Oh,
Yeah. Let's see.
Joe also sent me
I
a monkey.
remember the 80s. Yeah, I barely remember the 80s, Aaron. Barely. Hey, Mitch, did you ever have a bar in BKK? Bruce wants to know.
No, never have. I've been there a bunch. Been to a few.
Maybe somebody saw him in a bar so many times they figured he owned it. That could be.
I don't know. I've been to a few to mention. It's a play on words, a song.
I think.
No, I've
you know,
never
like
owned
I
a bar,
I have.
despite popular rumors.
I have. One. I just think that if you're here, you have a significant other that is a Thai person, and you have a Thai family, if you can better their existence on this planet and not make them, go through 20 rye of rice every, constantly busting their ass for 100 baht and you could put them in and help them do something that they can work 1/10 of the time and make 10 times the money. I think that this might be a good avenue somehow in any aspect of it, whether you're on the dispensary end, the manufacturing end, wherever you are, any place in there, I think you can make money. Because I don't know if people know. I mean, these people in Thailand that are grow rice, these families, they grow basically so they can eat. They keep the rice. They do sell some, but the money that they make is like nothing. My wife's family is doing it in the Ubon, right on the property that we're getting, or that she has, and they grow sticky rice. But he also works and builds Thai style homes and stuff like that. So they have to make money. If they could do something on, 1/10 the land and still do it all, and it would be better for them. That's why I'm thinking about it. And besides, it would be a hobby for me. They will still grow rice. My wife's family has saying rice is their life. Yeah, a lot of people like here when we did that giveaway to the to all the people that were working on the house, and we went out. My wife said, "Don't buy any rice," because we had watched what Johnny, There's Something Happening, had done, and he had gotten all this stuff and brought to this like village or whatever it was. And my wife said, "Don't get rice." I said, "Why?" Said everybody here in Isan knows a family member or has a avenue to rice. They will never starve because they have the rice. Yeah, let's get them extra canned fish and noodles and whatever it was. And we went down that road. Will they ever stop it? No, I don't believe that either. But they can have less of a dependency on growing it for profit. They will always grow for themselves, I'm sure. What did I miss here? Even the hemp industry is good. Hell, the CBD market pays very. Yeah, sure it does. And like I said, I think that's where most of the stuff is anyway. I mean the stuff, the healing power stuff. They do not need to do it. Your family? Is that what you're saying, John? Or your wife's family? That's it. Rice's life. Yeah, because they'll never starve. All the, a lot of other people were, borderline this and that. Here in Surin, short of, like I said, they never went down to maybe 70% or so of the norm, because we're not here. It's not tourism isn't involved, but once a year at the Elephant Festival. Otherwise, it's Thai people, depending on Thai people and the people that live here, expats like me, that do it. But the Thai people support themselves. But they don't need much, man. It's amazing. You can grab $7 a gram on here in the States, $4 to $7. Yep, the white family. Yeah, sure. And like I said, I'm sure it'll never go away. I mean, that's their deal. But if they have one family member that can not do the rice and do this or whatever and bring in 10 times the amount of money, I would hope they would do it. I mean, maybe they say no, we don't want to do that. I don't know. I haven't. My wife's approached me. I haven't talked to anybody. But I think it would be good. Like I said, when they're getting all these people coming in, if it does turn into an Amsterdam type situation, the coffee shops, whatever you're going to call them, are going to be are going to make a lot of money. Oh, he put up Mitch's channel. Mitch needs, I think he needs watch hours. You have to watch Mitch's channel. Sorry, I'm looking down. I catch myself on here. My battery's about ready to go dead on my phone. Let's see. Retail 9 to 14. Yeah, so even if they did something. If they want to do it and I can help them in any way, I will do it. You know, the brother-in-law there, we were going to go to tilapia in Ubon. Maybe it's a more advantageous to do a little bit of the fish in a pond just to have water. See, another thing, water. I don't know what they do with their water here. I always started out, always use chemicals, never organic, but I always started out with RO water. So whatever was coming in, whether it was coming from my well or was coming from the city or whatever it was, I never took a chance on anything nasty. I mean, especially when you're dealing with hydroponics. As soon as that water hits those plants, those roots, it's done. They've taken it up. The damage is done within 10 seconds. Dirt, you can rinse through. You can try. If you make a little mistake, you might have a chance of remedying it or getting away with it. Hydroponics, no. So I always started out with RO water, and if I do anything here, it'll be RO water. I don't trust the city water. I don't trust anything pumped out of the ground. So I would definitely start with zero water, and then add, CalMag and whatever I want as far as for fertilizer to it. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think I sent you a picture, Mitch.
If I need watch hours, I must provide content. That means work,
Yeah.
so it ain't gonna happen. Mitch doesn't want to do it. Did your wife have a... It's actually tomorrow. I said it at the beginning. I put that little video out just because I was bored and I was sitting there and saw a bunch of pictures of my wife on my phone. And I said, I'm just going to make it short and put it out there. She'll get a kick out of it. And everybody thought it was, but it's actually the 16th. So it's actually tomorrow. But she was all excited. I did tell her Joe had sent her $5. She was all, ooh, she likes it, man. Like I said, every little bit that comes in that goes out to the kids through her, it all makes a difference. People, think, oh, I don't want to give $1. Well, on the super chats, it kind of gets wasted because Google takes 40% or something of it. But anyway, she was all excited, Joe. So she'll have some fun. I will let you know. I almost guarantee you she'll go out and buy papaya salad for lunch, and then she'll come back to me and say, "Can I have that now?" And then I'll have to pay it. I will do an hour-long video of one of the many seaside resorts I will be visiting in the next 2 weeks. Just do a live stream. Let's see. Okay, by the way, she's beautiful. Thank you. You were really lucky, man. Yeah, very lucky. I look at this and then I look at my wife and it's like, wow, I am a lucky bastard. Hey, Tim, how you doing? Saying hello to everyone. Tickets booked October, November, and March and April. Wow. That's great to hear, Jake. Bet you can't wait. You're probably jonesing for that, I bet. And
Oh, wait, I
Justin,
can talk,
5
can't I?
US, 100.
Instead of
You
typing. Oh, I just got
Live
another
stream
photo from
Tails
someone.
beat.
Here, let me look it up.
You engaging? Now you have Dow do it. Put Dow out there. Say, here, talk for about an hour.
She's
I
more fed up
noticed
with
that she was
YouTube than I am, actually.
Well, she was on with Fa on Fa's live stream pretty much.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
if there was
everybody
food
was eating.
involved.
Yeah, they're buddies though. That's pretty cool. That was nice to see actually. It was I was enjoying the food, looked awesome. And who else did I watch that had the food deal? Rides for Kicks, where they have a shot of like chopped up hot shit in a shot glass, and they take the squids live to the table, turn them upside down, and
Yeah, Fa wanted to do
die
that
in
last
there.
night.
Yeah, they die in there, and then they spit out the ink, and then they eat them.
Yeah. Fa wanted me to do that last night after we polished off a whole bunch of that hot pot. And I was already full and feeling a bad stomach when I showed up. I went there for Dow, really,
Oh,
So, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Got my buzz on once before a stroll down Walking Street, total sensory overload. Yeah, I think it's going to go hand in hand, just like it does in Amsterdam. And it's been like that ever since I could remember. Was it there? 20 years old. So what? 45, 50 years ago, whatever it was. Not good with numbers. But you know, it. I think it'd be good for Thailand, man. I really do. You know, it's kind of hard to police that, but most of the people, once they get here, especially tourists, uh, if they're only coming for a 3 day deal or whatever to blow it out or whatever the case may be, they might rent a scooter, but more than likely they're just going to take bolts or the toot-toots or whatever you call them and that stuff to the bars and everywhere they're going to go, especially in Pattaya and stuff like that. You know, to all these soys where all the bars are, and I don't know very much about what 8, 6, 7, whatever the hell they're all bars to me. I don't know, but I think they're going to be driven there with the anticipation that they're going to be drinking too. And people aren't that stupid as they were years ago. You know, you know why it costs you an extra to go to 8 bars in one night and get from your hotel there and get back, and it costs you $10. Is that worse killing somebody or, you know, doing something stupid? They're getting smarter, the people, I guess.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. You think they're still stupid?
Yeah.
Aaron wants to know how dinner was, Mitch. Did you already answer that or no?
Dinner was great. We had sorry, I was typing. Yeah, we went. I ate dinner. Had a terrible day. Had a gut ache all day, and I thought, man, why? But then I ended up eating dinner. Was full, and then boom, Fa went live. And next thing you know, she was eating, and then Fa was saying, come on over, come on over." So we went on over, and I ended up eating again, and had hot pot.
Hot pot. And my
And
wife was drooling.
oh, it was
My
good.
wife was literally drooling watching part of that. She wanted it bad, that hot pot.
Yeah. Aaron's got it right. The market's going to be flooded. That's the thing in Thailand. Somebody comes up with a good idea and everybody does it. So all of a
Yeah.
sudden there's no money in everything, anything.
Yeah, I think it is like that's exactly right. You got to get in early, and you have to do gimmicky stuff, something that somebody's not doing. And I would think the best thing was almost like an Amsterdam type thing, where they could not only come in and pick their bud, but a place that they could have a very healthy turkey sandwich, you know, light food, and a place to sit, like a coffee deal, have coffee, you know, do whatever they're going to do, eat a brownie, whatever they want to do, and then go out, get their toot or whatever their taxi or whatever, and have them take them down to the street. They'll flood it. You're right. Well, look at the bars though. Before all this stuff happened, how many bars do you think there were? Mitch might know. No, he probably doesn't. In that, you know, in the what, 20, 30 square blocks of Pattaya, the main area, what, 10,000? I don't know. I'm guessing. And they all seem to make a living.
Yeah, they all seem to make a living, but nobody gets rich off it. Even the markets, you see somebody decides to sell popcorn flavored deep fried chicken, and if it sells, everybody's selling it. And they're all got their shop right next to each other. So,
Well, I know somebody had said something. The PTT was, we're going to sell it all, and then somebody else came in and said 7-Eleven's going to be, you know, that's the way they talked about it when in California too. When they said they changed the laws, they said that every place 7-Eleven and all be. Well, I haven't been there, so I don't know, but I'm sure they do. But like I said, if you have some kind of a niche, you have to have some kind of a little bit different than someone else, and a personality also helps. You know, if you've got people in there that are personable, not only if you have to have the Thai people in there working. You'd have to have family, my wife's family owning the place, but you'd need to have Thai people in there that can speak multiple languages. That would be a big plus right there, because I could see coming in as an American, if it took you 45 minutes to try to explain that you wanted that OG 8 shelves up and over to the right 10 and down 2. It only took me an hour to get that. Was that, I forget what it was. Was it the, God, I can't remember, the foreign speaking in The Simpsons, the guy that owned the 7-Eleven or whatever it was. Can't speak, you can't communicate. I know I went into a 7-Eleven in California, and it took me almost 2 minutes to get the guy behind the counter to understand that I wanted a pack of Marlboro Light 100s. And he was fresh from his family. I don't know if people know about California, but at one point in California, if you came from a foreign country, they wouldn't help their own people, but they would give them $2 million to start a 7-Eleven. And the way that they could do it was the mother, the father, the uncle, the aunt, 8 of their children. That's who worked the whole 7-Eleven and lived in one house. And they did that a lot in California. And when they would bring over some of the nephews, nieces, and stuff like that, they didn't speak any English, which was kind of tough. I would think it would be aggravating here if you ran into the same thing. And Craig, you need CB Media Girls. Yeah, that might be a good gimmick too there, Craig. I have to agree with that. Hey Maui, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Good to see you. I'm a Winston guy. I used to smoke Winstons years ago. Everybody's just saying hi. Funny. What is this one? Jake says, funny Uncle Jake. Owner of that bar, Sam, I am a good acquaintance of mine. They used to be, maybe still is, the U.S. Special Ops Hangout. Okay. Jake says it's probably true. Did you fall asleep, Mitch?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just typing.
Okay.
Typing in like 4 different places. It's freaking
You
hot
got 4
here.
different keyboards.
Is it? No, are you
We're
driving right now?
No, we're pulled over.
Oh, okay.
Coffee break.
Expat Pete, how you doing? Hello to you.
In Pattaya, there's apparently there's all kinds of special ops, special forces, Navy SEAL places. I mean, you go, there's a Navy SEAL 5 foot on center here. That's a joke.
Actually,
No,
that
I'm
might-
only on one channel. Actually, I'm just catching up on some texts and messages and things.
Yeah, that's a good one. Is that why you said that? Jake said he's probably moderating 12 channels. And that was nice of you told Fa to make me a moderator. That was pretty
Actually, it
cool.
wasn't my idea. I was 100% against it, Dave, but I went ahead and no.
I do get there quite early. Usually, for some reason, I get her alerts like boom. I'm usually the first one there, and then other
It all
times
depends on if Tommy or Jake or somebody's busy or Brock. 'Cause I won't get a notification from YouTube.
it's weird how they do it. and
It's because I've
sometimes
got
they
so
go-
many. They
Again,
know that
what's
I
your
need to
rate?
curb my YouTube stuff.
Aaron
Yeah.
says again, what's your rate, Mr.
A
Mitch?
blog post for your
YouTube.
company, Aaron. It won't get much advertising out of me. I mean, even if I did something, it'd be like 5 people view it.
I don't know. Now I didn't.
Expat Pete, hello.
I did that video on the weed stuff. I didn't blur out anybody's face, but I didn't stick my camera in anybody's face. If you notice, there's one. If somebody actually watched the whole 30 minutes or whatever it was way too long. The guy's walking by and he waves as he's coming by, And most of the people are like that, especially Thai people. I think the ones that are going to have the most problem with it is the Thai people that are scammers, that are going to try to catch you. Like I had said, if you're doing the best thing I don't know why, if it's for ego or if it's just, you just do it. I think you just do it because you want everybody to know, whatever it is. When you're live streaming, every live streamer that I've ever seen walking down the streets going, there's 106 people watching. Thank you very much. You guys are the greatest. There's 33 people watching. There's 12 people watching. There's whatever it is. If those scammers see you do that and they want to try to scam you, that would be a good way for them to pick up on it. Is if you're telling everybody how many people are watching you, they know you're live streaming. If you've got a camera and you're not saying that, they don't know whether you're filming or anything. But as soon as they hear those words, that would be my trigger if I was a scammer.
Yeah, Jake,
Even then,
Paul's
Dave,
great.
they won't be able
He's
to
great.
chase you down. They'd have to
What's
know
that?
who you. They'd have to know who you were.
Well, I would think if it
And
was just Joe Blow and not somebody that's really hip to everything that's going on, just starting maybe whatever, they might, especially because of the law, they might shut their stuff. Oh, I got to go thing and shut it down and start talking to the person. Then if the person says, well, we could do one of two things. I want that off of there when you get, you can't, it's a live stream. So when you get back, please get it off and I want 2,000 baht. And that's what I think that the scam is going to be, to get paid right there, not to actually try to get somebody in trouble and wave police. I don't think, because the police come, it's not really going to do them any good. Well, I guess eventually
No.
you could get money out of it. They say you can anyway.
the data protection law is that you can't take a photograph of somebody or video of somebody and use that in your endeavour to make money. But if you're walking around the street and they're in the background, they're just there, you're not photographing them, not until they walk up in your face waving and yelling.
Right.
They got no comeback.
Yeah. Well, the thing
That's
is
it.
if you're monetized, they could make the case that you're making money, even if it's only
But
2
then-
cents.
But it's
They
but it's-
could.
you're not-
I'm just saying
you're
they
not-
could. There,
you're not videoing them.
it might not work all the time, but the one or two times that it works for the person, they made 1,000 baht or whatever. They might only ask for 500. They might not. It might not even happen. I'm just saying, if you're live
Yeah.
streaming out there, I would suggest don't say how many people are watching. That's all.
Yeah, but it's going to be impossible. If you're walking down the street, there's only 3 or 4 of us who know who you are anyway, so they're not going to be able to complain about it.
Hey, Paul and the Go, how you doing? Are you still? You're not back in Thailand, are you? I don't think. Let's see, the Media Gator, hey, Sarin. Hopefully, I will be able to link. Yeah, I'm hoping that you do. I'm not afraid of going to Sarin. Did you see that, Mitch?
Yeah, Dip Media, I think there's something about the syringe that gives people that
I'll tell you
stomachache.
what. Maybe we can have a one-on-one chat, Dip. It'd be nice to have some counseling. Maybe I can become confident enough to go.
He's scared. It's something about that.
I'm gonna
name.
put up. I'm gonna put up a 2-part comment, boom and boom, about channels and numbers and stuff you were talking about a few minutes ago, but I got interrupted.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing, guys, just for the hell of it. Mitch is a good friend of mine, and I consider him probably a close friend. And it absolutely kills him that he got COVID and couldn't make it to my wedding. And
It would have been easier
I
if it
shouldn't
did
beat him
kill me.
up as bad as I do, but I can't help myself every
Oh, I'm
once
the
in a
same
while.
way. Dave and I rib each other daily. But anyway, I threw up a 2-part comment talking about
This one here.
channel numbers and such. Yeah, the 30%,
Yeah, I'm guessing
whatever.
30% of my subscribers are from troll, feeding information to troll channels, waiting for a train wreck, and probably me too. I bet too.
And then the next part,
Being
is
a
very
moderator
true.
for so many channels and being friends with so many people, jealous and hate run rampant. Yeah, because I mean, if
Yeah.
you look at it, there's like just some trolls out there that really dislike Mitch in particular. I'm going to say a couple, 3.
Yeah,
or 4
I've
maybe?
been getting messages from friends of mine. It's happening again today.
Oh,
It's
really?
it's like, literally, it's like unbelievable. I'd like to post some of this stuff, but it's just I don't want to go there.
Right.
But I laugh most of the time. The rest of the time, I actually feel sad for these people. I mean, I really,
Yeah, well,
really feel sad for them.
They have life, and they don't. They don't. I
God, I mean,
never I
really, they
never
need
could
help.
quit.
Some need
Yeah,
help. I mean,
I
seriously, some are
agree.
just being dicks and trying to create content or drama content off of other people's content, but
I think so. They
some
want
of
you to
them really
react.
have issues, and it's sad to see that. It's sad to see a soy dog with a broken leg, but I can't help every soy dog or a person starving to death. I can't help everybody. You know what I mean? So it's sad.
Right.
It hurts.
It is
It
sad. It is
takes a
sad.
chunk of you off when you
Yeah,
see these
the
sad people out there.
Well, Maui Wowie
you got to
says,
I
look
could
at it.
name I could name a half a dozen right here, but all it would do is provide fodder for their little fire.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
exactly.
you've got half a dozen people who would like to see you eviscerated. But just think of the hundreds, perhaps thousands of people who actually want to talk to you. So
Hell,
Yeah,
people just
it,
that's a
it is. It's
that's a
amazing when you.
copyright. I copyright photo there I'm using.
Well, it amazes me because some people think that both me and Mitch and a couple of that we're trolls. Okay, I've been called trolls. I've been called in other people's chat, attacked in other people's chat,
yeah,
and called a troll. Okay, and yet these people that are doing it are trolling me, and it thoroughly amazes me how somebody could be that psychotic and insane and narcissistic and egotistical and whatever the case may be, and can't just let stuff go. Let it alone. Hopefully they will. With me, I haven't really gotten anything in maybe the last 4 or 5 days, and I'm going to try to keep my stuff clean and my mouth shut about certain individuals and not try to fuel any kind of fire. And hopefully they'll do the same and go on with their life. I'll go on with mine. But I don't think they can. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to keep everything on the nice, and everybody wants to be positive and we have a great channel. All the people that are here. I mean, hell, I've been talking and bullshitting for 2 hours and we still got over 30 people here. So
Thank you,
everybody
Jay.
likes everybody,
Thank you.
which is nice. Are there maybe a
Sticks and
couple of
stones
trolls in
used
that
to
30?
be
Then what's
used to
that?
be the
yeah,
case. Sticks and stones. Raymond's mentioning sticks and stones. It's so true, but these people will go outside your condominium and do live streams. Will call other people out to hang you, to throw you off a balcony, to drown you, personally drown you on a live stream. So that's when it becomes a little more than sticks and stones.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
saying.
amazing. It's really amazing to me.
Right on,
It's one
Chris.
thing, like I said, if somebody is joking around, and even if it's not a joke to some people, like them calling me Fat Santa and stuff like that, I can't really question that and go, well, it's his channel, and he's not far off. I mean, I'm kind of a Fat Santa looking guy, But then to say stuff, lies about me, and as their truths, that's where I find it wrong. And to physically threaten someone. You can do everything you want and be nasty and you fat bastard and this and that and all that kind of crap. But when it comes down to threatening somebody with physical harm, that's where
Yeah.
the line should be drawn. And a lot of these guys too, they attack your wives, your girlfriends, your kids, your this and that, and they're just nasty bastards. And they're breathing my air, some of them, and not
I
all of
like
them,
that.
you know.
Yeah,
But
there's well,
yeah, that's just the way.
Yeah, that's true,
He's
Tommy.
gone.
It's kind of fun actually. Those beers.
Who said what? What did I miss?
Wait, so that's Bruce is saying he's got off to Bangkok the next 28 days should be the longest year. Uh, did I miss something earlier in the chat? Are you going to
Oh, this was
Bangkok for 28 days? What's going on, Bruce?
I guess he's going to Bangkok, but he's not anticipating enjoying it.
I probably can't go without.
Yeah, have a safe trip.
Yeah,
Well, is it?
exactly, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, there's a couple of them. One. There's a couple of them that just think he's crap, and even my mind. Okay, I'm not the sharpest tack in the pack sometimes. I mean, my mind works in weird ways. Like I had said before, if somebody tells me something that's not important to me, then it just goes in and out and it's gone. But
What's that?
that Mitch is, even if I had a fight with Mitch and I just met him or whatever, and he, we got into some kind of a beef or something, I'd have to at one point look back and go, okay, he's a moderator for like every frickin' Thailand genre channel here, and everybody loves him. Am I the only? I have it right, and 600 people have it wrong. Well, I'm hoping I'm a bigger man than to look at myself and go, well, maybe I misunderstood something. Maybe I took this the wrong way. Maybe I did that. But some people they just can't do that, and it's sad. But
It comes down to.
Unfortunately, there comes a time to fight, and there comes a time to draw a line in the sand and say, I stand behind this guy because you called
Bruce.
his,
Okay, Bruce.
you said stuff about him, and that's the way that it is. But like I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I live for the drama, Aaron. I am a troll. I'm a troll.
Yeah, you're the biggest troll I've heard. I've heard it on a couple of times.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You're the
I
biggest.
wish
troll.
if I could troll like some of these guys that they produce some serious cartoon videos, man. I laugh
Randy's
so
here.
hard.
Greeting
Hey,
everyone.
Randy.
I just logged on. This is the first thing I've heard. Something about someone threatening you. Dave, just think I know who it is. Yeah, it's happened like three people, actually. 3 people have threatened me. And like I had said before, I'm kind of a weird guy, okay? I was brought up in motorcycle. I was brought up in living that lifestyle, okay? And the whole time that I did that, I never ever went to law enforcement for anything, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent. Do I have one of my best friends is a police officer, retired now. A lot of stuff. I respect them now where I didn't before, but as part of the code that I lived by, I would never do that. Okay, I would never call someone and say, I wouldn't even call the police and say there's someone beating my front door down and I think they want to inflict bodily harm on me. I would handle the situation. It's just the way that I was brought up. So the people that say that, oh, well, you can do this and that, it'll never happen. It'll never come from me. Now, that's not saying that my wife won't, do something, or friends or whatever. That's their prerogative, not mine. I'm not going to tell anybody what they should do in life. But that's just mine.
Hello, James.
Oh God, yeah.
Against Mitch right now. Not
You're smart
chauffeuring me
enough to
around.
not ride with me, James. I make people crazy when I drive around.
I did ask him,
thrown
James.
out of my own car when I
I
was
did ask
driving
him
Joe around.
if he would come and pick me up in Surin and take me to Pattaya. But he said no. He was busy. So I got
I'm
shot
just a
down.
capital A
Don't feel
hole
like a
myself.
lone wolf.
It looks like
Oh.
Chocolate Man's in one of those moods, so don't drop the link.
And don't drop that link, but definitely drop the Chocolate Man in Thailand live, because he's actually got less subs than I do. So give James
Believe it or
a.
not, I've been watching James and not commenting on because I don't want to spoil his with my crap following me. I tell you, I'm just like, gosh, dang it. Let some people have some peace without Mr. Mitch seeing Mr. Mitch everywhere.
James, Aaron wants to know if you're buying your boat.
Of course, last night I was eating at Faw's house. Dow and I were
That's
getting
true.
some food.
I did see that.
I caught
And James
Kale in
wasn't
the.
invited.
And now the interesting thing is that when I was on there, now Fa made me a moderator, and last night both James and her were doing live streams at the same time. So that's
So
an
true,
interesting.
Craig. So true. So true.
I used to get mad at being on a channel I wanted to track down.
Yeah, if I
Whatever doesn't float your boat.
having been on a number of boats with James, it's best to put me on first and in the center, right down that line of the keel there. Otherwise, we're having a problem. It's like, whoa, hang on. Oh, shit. Well, you saw that video of Chuck. You saw me being all topsy-turvy on that water bicycle thing.
Yeah.
I think you
There
could
you
have
go.
beat him. I think you could have beat him. Let me move this down. I don't think you were trying hard enough. I think you could have got him. The guy that rides bicycles, what, 9,000 kilometers
Yeah,
every
that's
day or
right.
something?
Another comment because it's another spanner.
Yeah.
What is it?
I could.
Just-
I do want to break that 100 mark though, so maybe I'll comment next on the next one.
Yeah, it took me 10 seconds on James' live stream to wind up with a spanner.
Maybe James knows. I'll push this to him. In Pattaya, can you get a medical card for medical marijuana? And is there dispensaries there that you can walk into and buy actual bud? We were discussing that. I think there is, but I don't know. We had a little discussion earlier about it. But you being from there and
Oh look,
driving
Brock
pretty
fell
much
asleep.
Who did? Brock fell asleep. And look, somebody shaved his beard while he was sleeping.
No kidding. Oh, he looks so happy there.
And Craig says, I was in my boat when the ZV1 went over. How much are those cameras? They're like $800, right? Something like that? 800, depending on what lens you had. It has changeable lenses or no? I'm not a big I'm a Canon guy.
Tell you what, if anyone knows what's going on in Pattaya, James is the guy.
That's why I asked him. He might know. What did he say?
That's
Short
a picture
answer
of
is
pancakes,
there you go.
right now, actually.
Leave legally. Enough said. Yeah, I don't know. There's been so
Yeah.
many things said about it, and according to my wife, you can grow whatever you want to at home, but if you have to make anything, the oils and the coffees and the additives to food and all that have to be below that 0.02%. It's only the oils and the stuff they make out of it. But it's a little bit confusing right now. But I still think maybe next year it'll be totally decriminalized as when I'll jump on the
I
bandwagon.
don't think anybody knows what the rules are right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my wife ask her cop friends that actually approached my mother-in-law 8 months ago and said, "Here's a couple of plants if you want to grow them." 8 months ago. So I don't know. Ask them what's going on. And they're cops right here in Surin. The husband is a higher up somewhere, and the lady is medium of the road. Nice, great people. Hey Brock, who's that guy? Used to have a name. Oh, great animals. Yeah.
James can read. Okay, he reads what the government puts out, and then he shares it. I mean, he doesn't sit like me. I'll sit on a bar stool and I'll hear something that's 4 days old. Oh, did you hear about such and such? And I'm like, oh, James is clued in.
Yeah, the only one that I was really surprised when my wife hit me up a day and a half, and I talked to you, and I talked to Chuck. James doesn't
true,
give me
James,
his
very
line.
true.
He won't
Fine
let
line.
me. He won't let me talk directly to him. He won't give me his line. But when I sent it the new law, and no one knew nothing about it. Remember when I sent it to you? You said I never heard anything. I sent it to Chuck. Chuck said I never heard anything about it. And then all of a sudden, a day and a half later, and I actually questioned my wife. I'm going, honey, no one's heard shit about this law. She goes, it's been around forever. They just made it law the 9th. It'll be made law. And I said, oh, okay. So my wife, I believe when she tells
Joe.
me stuff.
There you go. I'm laughing at that one. That's a good one.
Which one?
Oh, Joe sent me a picture. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
laughing.
what did James
And a
say?
comment that came with it.
Knowing the rules and how they are interpreted
I'm
by
going to
the
look
police
something up
is
here.
far
Hang
more.
on a sec.
Yeah, exactly.
Here.
The only thing I could see, now I would never take the chance because I don't like jail. But, do I think that they're going to bust down your door and rip out your plants and take them out? No, hell, they're giving them back. They're letting people out of jail that are in there on marijuana charges. So, no, I don't think they're going to police it at all. But I wouldn't take the chance. When they tell me that it is 100% decriminalized is the day that I will set up my wife with her little hydroponics deal here and how to grow it, show the relatives to see if there's any money to be made, and get involved in that only as a hobby. I'm too lazy, fat, and old to want to do any kind of business anymore. But I do enjoy growing weed. I've been doing it for a long, long time. Mostly when it was legal.
I grew a lot of weeds in my
in
garden
your
back in the
in your
States.
front grass. You had
I've got,
Yeah.
I've
crabgrass.
got, I've got a bit
My
of grass growing in my weed.
my spaghetti squash needed daily weedings.
It like I said, it's a no-brainer medically for me. I think the United States we're just such a bunch of idiots, you know. And like I said a million times, they haven't even come close to even nipping the bud on what that plant can do. Do I think it's the THC side? No. Do I think it's
So
the
true,
cannabinoids and
James.
stuff? Yes.
Look at James's comment there. That is a
It's
fact.
the concerned citizens that will get you. Police have. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably right. Well, you know, if people are going to grow, I would grow it. I mean, I've never grown it. I have grown in dirt 45 years ago. Everything has been hydroponically. And if I was to do it here, I would want to experiment with greenhouse outside, veg stuff inside under fluorescence, whatever the cheapest lighting that I
Oh,
could
look at
get,
that.
and let the sun shine. Let the sun shine because when you flip them from vegetative state, 16 hours of light, and you switch that to 12 and 12, which is basically what they are here. We're so close to the equator. Then all you got to do is shove them outside, and they should immediately go into flower. I think here they just put them out for 4 months and they're done. This way, the flowers are only 8 weeks, so you could double the time doing it, and we'll see. I did enjoy it. I do haven't gotten high on weed in 50 years, but I do enjoy the horticultural aspect of it. Did I say that word right? The Highland Cafe is located at 88 top. There you go. Cool. Thanks, Craig. It's just interesting. Dave is about to break out into Aquarius. Yeah, exactly. Let's hope I don't strip off any clothing. I don't want to make anybody
Yeah,
physically
he probably
sick.
won't do that. He doesn't want another copyright strike.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
let
You
the
know,
sun shine. Oh my word.
I did that little clip on my wife for her birthday, right? And when I did it, I downloaded the original Beatles birthday song, right? That thing went up, and I'll tell you what, it wasn't 3 seconds later that my phone went ding, and on my Gmail it said your video has a copyright, not a strike, but been down, and it's blocked. Not only they're not going to get the money, they blocked it. It cannot be seen on YouTube. So I found a cover band and did it. It was kind of shitty sounding, but I put it on there and went about my business.
Apparently, there's a way you can alter the music that'll get past the YouTube algorithm for that.
Yeah, have me sing
Hey,
it.
Dowlo.
Have me
Have-
sing it. It will be altered.
I'm
I
telling
think
you, man,
you
they
can-
were quick. I never experienced it because most of the stuff I don't have.
Hey, Dallo.
I don't do a bunch of vlogs outside and near music and that kind of stuff. But boy, they were quick. 3 seconds. Didn't even get a view. It was blocked. So they definitely got their shit down. I'll give them that much.
Almost the speed of light.
Yeah, Jake
That
says
digital.
found a sub for her birthday. Yeah, it. Let's see.
Coffee time. I'm drinking coffee.
All right, guys, I gotta go. My father-in-law's calling me. They're having a problem in the front yard with They're doing the road. They're finishing the road off. I don't know if you saw in that video. They came in and they raised the road up. They did an awesome job. But I've got to go. He's calling me. I hate to cut this short at 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I got to go. So I'm gonna sign off. Thanks everybody for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Right on.
I'll do it again in a couple days.
I'm
So
waving
thanks everybody.
But,
I will
Camera's
catch you
not picking it
guys
up.
on the next one.